Look, most people ruin their workout before they even start or right after they finish. You know the drill. They eat way too much, or they eat absolutely nothing at all. And then they stand in front of the mirror wondering why they aren't seeing any results. Sound familiar? Well, today in this explainer, we're unpacking the definitive 2026 nutritional guide to exactly what you should eat before and after training.
Because here's the thing. In 2026, the science of sports nutrition has simplified things tremendously. Forget all those complicated, outdated myths. We're looking at two main pillars today: performance, which is how you fuel the workout, versus recovery, how you rebuild the muscle. We're going to break down exactly what to eat so every single drop of sweat actually counts. Oh, and you definitely want to stick around, because the final tip about the so-called anabolic window, it is going to completely change your perspective on post-workout recovery forever.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Building the Machine, the 2026 Macro Formula.
I want you to think of your body like a high-performance engine. I mean, you can't build a race car without raw materials, right? It's impossible. So to build muscle, you need two things. Step 1, you've got to provide a training stimulus by working out hard. And then step 2, and this is where so many beginners completely miss the mark, you must eat in a small surplus of about 200 to 300 calories above what you burn. Without that slight surplus, your engine literally has zero materials to build with.
So what exactly are those materials? Well, the structural steel for your muscles comes from getting roughly 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. But hey, don't fear the other macros. Carbs, they are your essential, premium fuel for that intense training. And healthy fats, think olive oil or avocados, they basically act as the mechanics regulating your hormones to keep the whole machine running smoothly.
Moving on to Section 2, Pre-Workout, Fueling the Engine.
Now, what's really fascinating about pre-workout nutrition is exactly when you put that fuel into the tank to avoid stomach issues. As this timeline shows, if you have 2 to 3 hours before a workout, go ahead and eat a full meal of complex carbs and lean protein. Just an hour out, you'll want to switch to easy-to-digest carbs. And if you're just 30 minutes away, stick to fast-acting, simple carbs only. The rule of thumb here is, the closer you are to training, the simpler the fuel. You don't want your body wasting energy digesting a huge meal while you're trying to lift heavy.
Let's make this super practical. For those of you who need quick, actionable 5-minute meals, here's your cheat sheet. Got a few hours? Whole wheat toast with a poached egg and a little bit of avocado hits the spot perfectly. If you're in that 1 to 2 hour middle ground, grab a bowl of Greek yogurt with some granola and berries. And if you are literally walking out the door in 30 minutes, just grab a banana, maybe 5 grams of creatine, and a black coffee. Bam. That gives you immediate glucose, explosive power, and a nice caffeine-focused boost without upsetting your stomach at all.
Which brings us to Section 3, Hydration and Extras, the engine's oil.
Okay, just like an engine desperately needs oil and coolant so it doesn't overheat, your body needs hydration. Check this out. Losing just 2% of your body weight in water drastically plummets your physical performance and strength. You might not even feel thirsty yet, but your muscles, they will instantly feel weaker. Proper hydration is quite literally your engine's oil, both before and during your session.
And to keep that engine totally optimized, you'll want to replenish electrolytes like magnesium to prevent those awful cramps and fuel your cells. Also, a quick pro tip, avoid those proprietary pre-workout blends where companies hide the actual ingredient amounts, and absolutely stay far away from stimulant-heavy fat burners. They artificially spike your stress hormones and throw your body into a catabolic or muscle-wasting state, which just completely defeats all your hard work.
All right, let's hit Section 4, Post-Workout, Rebuilding the Muscles.
So, the heavy lifting is done. Now it's time to hand the mechanic the right materials to repair the engine. To maximize that muscle rebuilding process, you need about 20 to 40 grams of high-quality protein. But here's the trick. Pair that with fast-absorbing carbohydrates. Why carbs right now? Because they act like a shuttle, driving those proteins directly into your damaged muscle cells where they're needed most. Oh, and definitely don't forget to drink 1.5 liters of water for every kilogram of weight you sweated out.
Now, how you actually get those post-workout nutrients, that's entirely up to your schedule. If you're running short on time, a simple whey protein shake blended with a banana is absolutely perfect. It's fast, it's liquid, and it digests immediately. But hey, if you have time to cook, a standard full meal of a chicken breast, white rice, and mixed veggies works exactly the same for rebuilding those torn fibers. At the end of the day, your body just needs the nutrients. It really doesn't care if it comes from a plastic shaker bottle or a nice dinner plate.
And finally, Section 5, the big reveal, the anabolic window myth.
Okay, here is the major revelation I promised you at the start.
You've probably seen beginners practically sprinting to the locker room to chug a protein shake within 30 seconds of dropping their last dumbbell, right? Well, the 2026 scientific reality proves that if you had a balanced pre-workout meal, your so-called anabolic window absolutely does not slam shut in 30 minutes. In reality, it stays wide open for a solid 4 to 6 hours. So yeah, you have plenty of time to drive home, take a shower, and cook a real meal without losing out on any of those hard-earned muscle gains.
As the sports physiology quote here translates and brilliantly illustrates, rushing to force down protein immediately post-workout is basically redundant. Think about it. If you ate a couple of hours before your session, your body is literally still digesting and releasing those nutrients into your bloodstream while you're lifting. You are already protected. It's like having a slow-release protein IV.
So, you now have a super simple, science-backed formula for fueling and recovering your engine completely free of all those outdated myths. The question is, are you going to keep stressing out over an imaginary 30-minute window? Or will you use this 2026 science to actually enjoy your post-workout routine? Choose your next fuel wisely, keep pushing hard in the gym, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.